The men and women answer this question differently. The answer is going to be almost certainly what?
Yes.
Yes. You have to ask a more precise question than that. Often the questions you're asked are not going to be precise enough. So that's why people get in trouble. You say, well, I answered that question. They're different, yes, they're different. Even if they're different by one person, they're different. But that obviously is not enough, and it doesn't mean anything. The chi will help you answer, doesn't mean anything. So now we've done the chi test. So what is our answer to our question of whether or not the difference between men and women and their car brand choice is different? The answer is yes. Is the difference statistically significant? In other words, is it something other than random going on? Or in other words, a reason why they're different? The answer is what? Sorry?
Yes.
Why no? Okay. P-value, what happens at 95% confidence interval? What happens at p-value 0.05?
Statistically significant.
Okay, so at 0.05 or less, that's only 5% chance that they're the same, which probably means what?
They're the same.
If there's only 5% chance they're the same, that means there's a 95% chance they're different, which means probably what?
They're different.
They're going to be different. Okay? At that p-value. So, which is the one 99% of the times used, 95%. So, yeah, the difference is at the 95%. In other words, it's a 95% chance that, in fact, if it's 0.05 or less, 95% chance that it's different. Well, what does this say? 0.331 tells you basically what? There's a 30% chance they're different?
35%.
What do you think of that? Is that a lot?
Yeah.
Probably not, right? 0.05, much higher than p-value, much higher than 0.05 will tell you that the difference between men and women and the car brands is or is not statistically significant. Which is it? Okay. Now that's not correlation. I'm thinking of correlations. Looking at p-values, this is p-value and the R squared for correlation. Look at this confused. So how would you answer the question to the manager of whether or not the difference between men and women and their car preference is significantly, are they significantly different or not? How would you answer that question? Based on a p-value of 0.31 or whatever. What would you say? Is the p-value is what? Yeah, so what's the null hypothesis would be what? There's no difference? Alternate hypothesis, there is a difference. So which hypothesis would you accept or reject? All right, wait a minute. Remember, what happens when it's below 0.05? That's saying there's a 5% chance that they're the same. So what do you think?
They're different.
Below 0.05,
You accept the
less than 0.05, where is it? If it's greater than 0.05, is this greater than 0.05?
yes.
Clearly greater, which means the difference is not significant. I mean, it's obviously different, it's not the same. The difference is not, you would not want to go to the bank on saying the difference, there's a reason why they're different. The difference is not random, is fairly random, was what this is saying. So the difference is not that significant.
So it's not significant because it's greater.
Right. So they are different, yes. Well, why is it that so many more women like, you know, one car versus another? Well, it's because maybe there are more women in the survey. That's why there are more. It's compensating for that. Now, if you actually look at the numbers, if you actually look at the breakdown, look at the difference. Men and women on Acura, look at the big difference or not? Huh?
No.
How about this one? This one? This one? They don't really look that different. Now, if I want to run the chi test on each car and determine, because this chi test is looking at all of A against all of B as groups, between group difference. men and women in the whole set. So I'm looking within group differences. In other words, I want to look at the p-value for each car respectively, not all of them together. That could, you could come up with a different answer. So run for me the breakdown of the p-values for each car, range, by gender. You have the table here, you have to run more tie-tests on each row. Run a tie-test on each row and interpret whether or not the differences are significant by car brand. If you're determining not significant as a group, but maybe
We give
individual
them a
cars, they
shout
could
out, we
be.
give them a table that was not.
In other words, fill in these p-values for each car. Each car. So you want, this is even more precise answer to the question, because then you can tell managers, actually, there's no difference even in any of the cars, not even as a group of cars. Yeah, it's just here, no. This is actual, that's
Yes.
So you have a written down all the things you benefit.
Like, because we are a show, so we have all these benefits we can offer them. It's like a promotion deal. You give us money or free something and we give you.
Can you send me that tonight?
Yes. You better come to the show. If you don't come to the show, I'm not coming to.
You send it to me. And then I put
Then you buy the ticket tonight.
I'm working at MSC. I'll get you stuff.
You can buy them at them.
I see you do yours.
I'll be there. Send it to me. I have a meeting at 7.
Ask Dina.
Okay, when I go to my room, I'll send it to you. I don't have it. You can find it on the website also. It's on the website. You can download it.
And then I want the people you talk to.
I didn't do it. I'm not the sponsorship chair. My sponsorship, our sponsorship chair did it. I don't know. Everyone has their own jobs. I don't do the sponsorship shit.
You guys, I really hope this video helps.
I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like, what is this? Kind of know how to look. If you know
Well,
what
we're
you
just
want,
gonna ask
then we can
him.
do it
We're
for
gonna
each
ask
other.
him now.
How quick did they tell you yes or no?
Yo, you move back.
You know that we've been working on this since July? The show.
I know, but how quick the sponsors tell you yes or no?
They're plastic.
It's a process.